Contested game here as we end the first half. Atlanta leads by 5. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rtdc.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters.
Take a look at what Robinson's been doing. He's got 8 points, and when it comes to rebounding, he's had a nice night there, too.
He's not afraid to mix it up there in the middle, getting in there and doing a lot of the dirty work.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. One guy who's been getting it done is David Robinson.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
We've got Stoudemire. D-Wade out there with Michael Jordan. Then there's Pippen. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. Robinson kicks to Robertson. There's a screen by Robinson. And stolen by Jordan. Tipped away. Stolen by Robinson. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's going to be on Michael Jordan. For Atlanta, they have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game. And he's good on the second. And a minute played as the second half gets going.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message. Oh!
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Atlanta leading by 4. There's a screen by Robinson. Robertson drives in. That's good. 10 points for LeBron.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Wade dishes to Jordan. The basket good off the assist from Wade. Wade's got 4 assists in the game.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Here's Pippen, and he dunks it down.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And, guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
To the inside. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. He misses the free throw. And the second free throw, good. Atlanta leading by 6. Here's the screen. Here's Pettit. He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that 2-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Now here's Kidd. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Towns wide open. Yes, it's James picking up the assist.
They've raised their field goal percentage just above 50% here. They actually look like a totally different team than what we saw in the first half. Much better execution offensively.
Outside for Durant. Here's Pettit. Puts up a three. Here's Robertson. And Anthony sends it back. Pass to Kidd. James against Durant. The drive by LeBron.
And the dunk was nice, Kevin, but the move he made to free himself up was a thing of beauty.
It sure was, Greg. What a savvy play to get into position for that jam.
Heads-up basketball, plain and simple, guys.
And it's Robinson with the jam.
Oscar Robinson.
And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, you know, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony in him, and he has been that leader today. I think he's done a really nice job of moving the ball and distributing it the way it needs to be done.
Well, Clark, I'm glad you referenced specifically why you thought he had a little Greg Anthony. I thought you were talking about my knees, my man. He looked a little hobbled out there for a moment. Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
The Atlanta shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. Jordan, he's checked in for Jason Kidd. Atlanta also making some changes here. Reed, he's checked in for Robinson. Allen comes in for James Harden. And Curry subbed in for Robertson.
So far, going for more of an inside game here in this second half, and I like that. A little smash mouth basketball, taking it inside.
LeBron against Curry. It's Allen on the wing. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. It's Atlanta. They lead by 6. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. Atlanta leading by 6. On the court for Atlanta, they've got LeBron James. Green is out there with Reed. Then it's DeRozan, and it's Curry in at the point guard.
And this has been purely a display of offense that we're seeing here today.
And, you know, it's only getting better as both of these teams' defenses are starting to show signs of wearing down.
Anthony with the bucket.
The offense is clicking for him this half. Absolutely clicking. I mean, everything on point and on target.
Good on the shot.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
Green's gone 2 of 3 from the field. James kicks to Towns. Misses the 3.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboards.
Greg, and that's been the key to this lead. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
Curry's shot is good. A ways to get back into it, but they've got some time.
Key is to avoid mistakes and make each possession count.
And Clark, I agree. The tendency can be to really rush or push the game. They need to avoid that.
Jason Kidd's checked in for James. Atlanta also making some changes here. Robinson comes in for Reed. And it's Robertson in for Curry. Anthony with it, picked up by Robertson. And the shot is good. 8 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jumper.
And, Greg, that's just good basketball. Come on, good basketball there. A clean look from that range. He's got to take it.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Atlanta.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
Well, you've also got to love how aggressively they've taken that ball to the basket and scored off dribble penetration.
Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard. The drive.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. Wade kicks to Anthony. And he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the dunk.
And, guys, it was a terrific understanding between teammates that made that possible. They really did read each other well there.
Here's Wade following the basket by Draymond Green. And here we go with DeRozan running it up the middle. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal
They've been very untidy with the ball here. You commit turnovers when you try to do too much or you force it. They need to focus on making the simple play, good passes, and moving the ball around.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Kevin, Greg Popovich was just going over the plan with his team. His advice clear-cut. I want to see you playing to win, not playing not to lose. I don't care what the lead is. We do not back off.
James wide open. Another three for Atlanta.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Kidd. Robinson with the block. The wide open look here for DeRozan. And again, it's Atlanta.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they win.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Wade outside. Double teamed on Wade. Towns at the elbow. The basket good off the assist from Wade. 10 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Outside Anthony. Shot on the wing. And he hits the jump shot. Anthony's got 9 points here in the second half.
He's been much more effective in the second half.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for Atlanta.
Clark, their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
Yeah, Kevin, they had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for James. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Now here's Robertson. After Dwayne Wade's miss. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second.
Both teams will make substitutions.
Substitution on the court.
Here is Conley. Read a screen. Beyond the arc. But he gets it back. It's Allen, top of the key. Conley with it. He's picked up by Pippen. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Now, here is Reed. Not a lot of room. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
So it's Atlanta with the W. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that about wraps it up for